Also want to go to the issue of abortion and identity politics. And this week we saw a heated clash between a university professor and a U.S. Congressman, Josh Hawley. Have a look at this.
You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
Well, your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic. Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think men can get pregnant.
So you are denying that trans people exist?
Now, Rik, you're a biotech entrepreneur, you're a healthcare policy expert, and also you just have eyes in your head and common sense. What did you make of this, and why did the left wind up taking her side, not his, over what would normally seem like a completely bizarro world exchange?
I mean, again, the narrative is upside down on its head. Let me tell you, as a law professor, again, another cringeworthy moment for me to see a fellow colleague law professor resort to name calling. If you can't have constructive conversations, I mean, on the Senate floor, to have discussions openly without resorting to name calling, right away running, it's almost like it was pretext, it was canned, and it was planned that she was going to come out and somehow get out that she was going to call Senator Hawley transphobic, regardless of what he asked or what he said. And that's what it felt like. But you know what? It's what I call eggshell narratives. Right? If they don't get their way, then they're going to have the American public walking on eggshells. Frankly, I can tell you, James, middle America is sick and tired of it. You know, they don't want to be called names. They want to be able to be free to ask questions, to understand concepts. And, you know, to be put on eggshells time and time again, it's getting tiring. It's exhausting. I tell you, the rest of America is sick and tired of it.
Now, Rik, also on the issue of health and biology, we've had the complex issue of abortion playing out this week. A lot of Democrats wish the White House would go harder, but also the White House is potentially considering declaring access to the procedure a health emergency. How do you see this playing out politically as well as legally?
Well, I think the narrative's being pushed because of politicians. Listen, we have a very important midterm elections in November, and the Democrats need something to fire up the base. The truth is the Dobbs decision, which everyone's familiar with, which overturned Roe v. Wade, really what it said was that there is no U.S. constitutional right to an abortion, and it left quiet state rights. In fact, if anything, it said states have the right through their elected representatives to declare abortion legality. So, you know, you would think that those that are pro-choice activists, abortion activists, would go into each state Senate floor in all 50 states advocating for the right to have an abortion. Instead, they're making it a national issue. Simply, it boils down to one reason. In my opinion, it's because they're afraid that they're going to lose control of the House and lose control over the Senate. And so what they're doing is the left is forcing Biden to declare, which would be completely unprecedented, a federal public health emergency to allow for abortion access, basically arrogating control from the state power and centralizing power into the federal government, again, against the Supreme Court decision, putting into the hands of unelected bureaucrats to do as they please to allow for nationalization of abortion, not through the legislative process. It's pretty scary, but again, it's the Biden administration continuing to pander to the left's narrative. And you saw that today with Senator Cory Booker and so many others pushing for the federalization of a public health emergency.